Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Steven from LearnEnglishGoPlaces.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I want to talk to you guys about a resource that I think you'll find very helpful for improving your reading ability and building your vocabulary. And so, this is the Engoo website, the daily news section. Engoo is, I believe, a Japanese website that publishes basically an online newspaper that you can go and visit called Daily News. So you can see the address in the URL bar here. It's engoo.com. Engoo is spelled engoo.com/app/daily-news. So this is a really, really good resource for you English learners out there. If you want to build your vocabulary, one of the nice things about this this website is one, the presentation is really good. It gives you a really nice presentation that you can kind of browse through different news articles and see which ones are interesting to you. Another thing that's really nice about it is that it will tell you the level of English for that article. So you can see that some are intermediate, some are advanced, some are proficient, which is like the highest level. Um, and so you can kind of browse through, see what's interesting, and choose a level of English that's appropriate for you. Um, Most of these are at least intermediate. There are some beginner articles, if I'm not mistaken, and I think there's a way to browse by level. Actually, I'm mistaken about that. So the lowest level here is intermediate. So you have to have at least a level 5 intermediate, but I can choose to only show, for example, the intermediate articles here, and then everything that comes up is a level 5. So kind of like the easiest level in terms of reading, comprehension, and vocabulary and stuff like that. So that's a really, really nice resource. If I want to have only the highest level articles, I can also adjust this. So I'm getting only the level 10 articles. Um, and then I've got the really high level stuff, right? Um, so I could click on this link, for example, scientists plan to map DNA of all life on Earth, right? And that's proficient level 10. So I'm going to expect the vocabulary level is going to be pretty high. And the nice thing about the format of this website is that it will first, before getting into the article, it'll actually show you some of the key vocabulary that you might want to review before starting to read the article. So in this case, it's showing us a bunch of different vocabulary words: map, ambitious, sequence, genome, microorganism. So again, these are the really high level words. Um, but it gives us the vocabulary word. It gives a definition. So let's look at, for example, microorganism. It gives us the word. It gives us a definition. It says a tiny living thing that can only be seen through a microscope. Um, it gives an example sentence. So it says several experiments have shown that some microorganisms can survive in space. So that's really useful. And then I believe there's a way to have it pronounce the word for you. Actually, it depends. Some of the words do have the pronunciation option and some don't. So we can click on this word, for example. If we don't know how it's pronounced, this word here, we can click on it. Sequence. And it'll pronounce it for us, which is really nice. Um, so then after you go through the vocabulary section, it'll take you straight into the article, and you can read that and work on your comprehension. Usually the articles are not super long; they're usually pretty short, so you don't have to spend tons and tons of time reading the article. But it is a way of improving your reading comprehension. Then it goes into some discussion questions, so you can practice your comprehension and also practice your writing or your speaking, right? So that's a really good opportunity there. And then you have even an exercise for further discussion with some additional questions. Um, so that's an example of an article on this Engos website. If I go back to daily news, the main page, I wanted to just show you one other thing. You can also search. Let's go back to the all the different levels of English here. You can also search by category. So if I'm interested, for example, in news on health or travel and lifestyle, I can choose those categories and just look for articles in that domain, right? So let's say I'm really interested in travel and lifestyle. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to take me to a bunch of articles about travel and lifestyle, right? So um, this is an article about Italy. Italy's I don't know how to pronounce that. Via dell'Amore, Italy's path of love to reopen. Um, how to make friends in a new country. Airline to test kid-free adults only section. Not sure what that is about. But there's a lot of interesting articles on a particular topic. And again, these articles are pretty short, so it's not going to take you a ton of time to read them. It is going to help you build your vocabulary um, and your reading comprehension skills, right? So, really good resource. I recommend it to you guys. Thanks for joining me today. It's Steven from learnenglishgoplaces.com. Please give a like and consider subscribing if you found this video helpful, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Have an awesome day, guys. Thanks for joining me.